Good afternoon, good evening, Minarets parents, staff, and students. This is your principal's video update. So, big week this week. This is homecoming week. So, we've got a lot going on, a lot of celebratory activities, a lot of things going on at lunch, some things going on in the evening. Got a dance this Friday, a game this Friday, home volleyball games. Lots of stuff happening this week. Stuff coming pretty fast. But I want to take the time to just celebrate in general just the student activities and the involvement going on around campus. Some big things happening on the athletic side. Our volleyball team is undefeated in league at this point. They're having a great start to the season. Our cross country has more athletes than it's had, I think, ever, which is good. Have a lot of athletes out there. Our football team will be hosting the homecoming game this Friday against Parlier. We're really excited about that game and our chances in that game. And actually, on Wednesday night, last night, our cheer team hosted Powder Puff football, which was well attended and it was a lot of fun. So those are some exciting things happening there. We are pretty soon here, in a few weeks, we're going to be sending out some of our students out to National Convention for FFA, and we have a lot of students receiving their national degree. I think one of our largest groups receiving their national degrees, which is a really big deal. And of course, like always, we have all our clubs meeting and a lot of activities going on. So just so excited about kids moving around, doing things on campus, being active. It's just so great to be back, and I hope that you feel the same way. Just a quick COVID update. I promise don't want to talk too much about COVID in these updates, but just giving you an update. Our numbers have been lower these last couple weeks than they were previously, which is good. If you get those notifications that a student tested positive in your student's classroom, basically with that, anytime a student tests positive, we'll send out a notification to let you know. The only people that we're going to be in contact with directly and talk through a process is students that are sitting right next to the student that tested positive. If that's the case, although all students are wearing masks, if that's the case, then they will be placed on modified quarantine. And what that means is they can still attend school, but they're going to need to test, and we're going to ask you to do some testing for them to remain in school. Okay, so if you're getting those calls, that's the reason why. So that's about it for now. Just, of course, remember, if your student is experiencing symptoms, any kind of symptoms, give us a call, keep them out, play it safe. Call us and we'll walk you through that process. And so far we've done a really great job, want to keep that going. As it relates to grades, we just want to remind everybody that you have access to your students' grades. If you go to minarets.us and you click on the parent tab, there are instructions there to, of course, log into Aries, which you can see all your students' information. It's just logging in with your email, the one that you did school registration through. Or there's another option to actually log into Canvas if you haven't done that so far. And that is the ability to see assignments and everything in your students' Canvas account. So what they're seeing on their side, which is beneficial because when your student says, oh, I turned everything in, and you can kind of look and say, what about this? What about this? You can look at what kind of projects they're working on. So you do have access to those. If at any point you need help accessing those and you have a little bit of trouble, get on the phone, give us a call. We'll walk you through that process. We have distributed brand spanking new MacBooks to our students. And as a principal here, this is my 9th year in administration. I'm so excited about our commitment to provide students with a top level technology. Those MacBooks, along with the tools we provide, are creme de la creme. So a good chunk of our students have received those at this point. The only ones left are students we're trying to get forms from still. So if you are having any trouble accessing those forms that were sent out, those technology use forms, give us a call and we'll walk you through that process. We want to make sure all of our kids get their brand new MacBooks in hand. So talking about grades, we are hosting the homecoming dance here. It's going to be right out here in the well. You can see a lot of activity going on here because students are filming their videos for media, so I'm trying not to distract everybody. But we're going to have it right out here in the well, right outside my office. I might just kind of kick back and watch. No, just kidding. I'll be out there. This is going to be our first dance, actually, since Sadie Hawkins of 2020. So it's a pretty big deal outside of prom for seniors that we had last year. So we are spreading it out and making sure there's plenty of room for kids. It's outdoors. We're asking students to screen before they come in. Students should not be attending the dance if they're experiencing any symptoms. We do have an eligibility requirement. So if your students have Fs, they've been working hard to get those Fs up this week, but we did pull grades, and that's official that if students have more than one F and they're below that 2.25, they're not eligible for the dance. It doesn't mean we want to leave kids out, because they've wanted to be part of that for a long time, I know, but we're trying to keep our students motivated to continue to do good academically. In regards to that, we did start both behavior and academic intervention. Behavior, if students slipping up in class, a teacher will put in a behavior intervention submission, and they'll have a conversation with the student, and that will automatically kick you an email. So if your kid is getting what was formerly called lunch detention, behavior intervention, you will know. Those are served on odd days at lunch. Academic intervention, if they have more than one F, they are placed in those classes for additional help, and those are on even days. Okay, so just trying to help our students be successful, give them all the support possible. Those are the things that we've put in place for them. So if you ever have any questions on that, maybe you even want to volunteer your student to be a part of that, call us and we'll make it happen. That is it for today. Big shout out to all of you to help us continue to keep this thing rolling with a spirit that cannot be broken. It's been a great year so far, and we appreciate your support. That's all for today. Go big, go pro, go now, and of course, go Mustangs.